Lights, camera, action. And he said, let there be light, and there was light. Yeah, because I pressed the buttons. Anyways, so you just don't have faith. Brother, you just don't have faith. Sister, you just don't have faith. That's what I've heard a lot. Brother, stay with your faith. Keep your faith. You don't want to go to hell. You don't want to be unsaved. You don't want to live a life of eternal torment, and don't want to lose your relationship with God, your salvation. Just have faith, brother. Brother, just keep believing. Keep believing, even though your life's been miserable. You've sacrificed your profession, and you've lived a life of a peasant, working for a company that pays you chump change, while you make the company anywhere from $300, $700, $800 every day, and you get paid chump change. And that's just an example, God's people should be wealthier than the average non-believer, than the unbelievers in general. But the fact is that there's more wealthy people that just don't care, that just don't believe in the God of the Hebrews. They believe in going out there and doing things and accomplishing things and getting work done, but yet the brethren still say, just have faith, brother. Brother, you're being tried. You remember what happened to Job? Oh yeah, at least you didn't have it like him. Come on, man. The God of the Hebrews, if he truly loved those that willingly go to him and follow him and put the yoke of faith around their neck and do all the biblical feasts and celebrate Passover and all these things and Yom Teruah, tabernacles, and then that God would truly show himself powerful among the earth, like it is written of him, right? And at this point in time, I have spent 32 years of my entire lifetime praying to this God, asking him for things and asking him for just provision, you know what I mean? And to be the head and not the tail, you know what I mean? To have the blessings of Deuteronomy 28 upon me and self-evident around me and prosperous around me. But the fact is that hasn't happened. And I myself have tried everything in my power to, in fact, have a relationship with him and do what I can to please him. You know what I mean? Remaining faithful and looking into the lunar Sabbath, which is the closest thing to what the Hebrews used to do, even though a lot of preachers and teachers and rabbis are like, no, brother, stay on the Saturday, Friday to Saturday Sabbath. That's the true Sabbath, guys. And that's the one that they kept thousands of years ago. And the earth has changed, and so has the lunar Sabbath and all that stuff. Anyway, it's a load of crap, because the closest thing to keeping the Sabbath is a lunar Sabbath, right? At least that's what I found out. And so even if you keep the lunar Sabbath for years, there's no help, there's no provision, there's no mighty acts of God in your life, at least not in mine. So why do I want to be around, or why do I want to serve a God that truly has no power, that truly, at least it seems to me that he has no power? You know, some people might say, oh, that's blasphemous. You know, God is omnipotent, Yahweh. He's omnipotent, Yahweh, Jehovah. Well, if he is, then he sure as hell didn't care about me. You know what I mean? And so have faith. How could you have faith when you don't see the acts of God manifested before you? You don't see God actually come down and want to conversate with you. And you don't see the fruits of his faith. You don't see the fruits of his relationship, of his love towards the fellow believer. So just have faith? No, it's more like, let's put God to the test and let's see if God is truly going to do great and mighty things for you. And there's nothing wrong with asking that. There's nothing wrong with realizing that, hey, God hasn't been doing nothing for me. You know what I mean? God hasn't given me a mission. God hasn't provided me with all the things I need, all the things I need, everything that's in Deuteronomy 28. God hasn't been doing what he claims to have done for other people and what he claims to have done for me. And also, that faith is several thousands of years old, and it's pretty darn hard to apply it to our day and age, because most people aren't farmers. Most people don't keep livestock. Most people are as far away as they possibly can to the agrarian lifestyle. Most people barely have an acre or a half an acre to their name, and even if they do have land, most people aren't out there making things grow, and making food grow, keeping livestock and all that stuff. Most people, I'm willing to bet, only have a cat, right? A cat or a dog, a gerbil, a hamster, some fish, goldfish. And so, instead of saying have faith, brother, why don't you realize that if God is who he claims he is, or who they claim he is, or who Moses claims he was, and who the apostles claim he was, then why didn't he save those apostles with a great and mighty hand? Why didn't he save the God King, the God Messiah that everyone worships, when the Bible strictly says not to worship man? You're not supposed to mention that, brother. We believe in JC. We believe in Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ is going to save me. Jesus Christ, his power is strong. Jesus Christ can do all these things for me. Jesus Christ has helped me. No, what has happened is that you've believed in this man that is obviously dead, and you believed that he had powers to save you, and it was a placebo effect. Just like drinking a sugar pill, and feeling all right afterwards. So let's see God's power. Let's see God's magnificent glory. You know what I mean? Let's see his Shekinah. Let's see El Shaddai, right? And let's see some great and mighty things actually happening. And then that would increase faith. You know what I mean? Uh, let's see believers uh, become strong enough to create their own kingdom. You know what I mean? Like you know, they did back in the day. You know, thousands of years ago, when the first kingdom of Israel was upon the earth and was strong. You know, before the Babylonians and the Assyrians took everyone into captivity. Uh, and where was this God of the Hebrews? You know, in Nazi Germany. Where was he uh, in modern day Spain, also known as Iberia? Where was he during the Spanish Inquisition? Where was he during the Inquisition that happened in the Netherlands? You know what I mean, against those Jews that were there, uh, meant, you know, that were pirates. You know, where was he? Where was he when just the simple common man needed some help, needed some provision, needed some mighty power, needed some mighty help? Where was he? Where was he when uh, we needed loved ones to be healed and to be delivered from their sickness? But instead, the chemo killed them. You know, that mustard gas that everyone thinks it's safe to inject in your veins, a radioactive mustard gas. Where was he when uh, you were an orphan, right? You know, the scripture says, "I am the God of the orphans." You know what I mean? But where was he when he needed your help, and you were there, and you were working uh, a miserable job just to get by? And where was he? Where was he when your loved one died and you were there by yourself? And where was he? You know what I mean? Where is he? Uh, um, yeah. So where was he when you were jailed wrongfully and left there to die, and uh, you asked for a mighty liberation? You know, mighty God to send an earthquake to get you out of there, or send an angel to get you out of there, but he never came through. You know, and that's just these are just examples. You know what I mean? But I understand. I mean, the peasants need a faith to keep them going, to keep them working, to keep them going, dressing up and impressing people at church that don't really care about you. And they need to believe something. I understand this. You know, King James understood this. Uh, you know, all the popes, Charlemagne understood this. You know, possibly. Uh, and you know, and but hey, people keep believing. People keep giving their tithes to a guy, to a guy or a woman that preaches nowadays, and they keep distorting what the scripture says. But hey, it's fine. It's whatever. Because I haven't really seen the power of God in my life, or in uh, many other people's lives. So hey, instead of telling me have faith, why don't you ask yourself? Why don't you look at yourself, look at your life, look at everyone else's life that you know that believe, and ask and see and ask, why hasn't God been doing anything? Why hasn't God been doing great and mighty works upon the earth? Okay, why hasn't God been separating the wheat from the tares? You know what I mean? Like everyone says that He is actively doing. Uh, Not everyone, but you know, some people do. Why, you know, why hasn't all these things come to pass? You know, and you know, and anyway, many other questions. So yeah, so just have faith, brother. Have faith. Keep believing. Keep doing what you're doing, uh, and you'll surely get to heaven today, right? Or someday. You'll get to Celium or Valhalla, or whatever other word that was used for heaven. But anyway, just have faith, brother. Even though you're seeing nothing being done by God, just have faith. Just have faith in this Hebrew God, right? All right. Well, let's see. I've called upon him to do great mighty things. I've asked him several times throughout the years. And hey, we'll put him to the test. We'll see if he's actually the real deal. So far, it's 0 to 1, right? Because I've kind of given up, right? He forsaked me, so I'm forsaking him. So we'll see. And some people might be thinking, oh, this is sad. This man is sad. He's given up on Yod Hey Vav Hey. He's given up on the one the true living God. Well, where in the world is he, right? Right? How come you're still living a miserable life, right? How come you lack so many things, right? How come nobody that I have ever met or have seen has actually lived and has actually has owned, right? Has felt, has seen manifested in their life the blessings of Deuteronomy 28. No one in my entire lifetime, right, has ever been a testimony to that. Has never had that in their testimony at all, right? So yeah, keep believing. Keep trying to grasp. Just keep staying in that abusive relationship that you have with God, and you think you're saved and chosen. Hey, keep it, right? Excommunicate me, I really don't care. I'm going to love everybody, right? I'm going to love everybody in their respective way, and I'm going to talk to anybody, I don't care, So, hey, do what you want to do, and we'll see if this God actually gets up off his throne to actually do anything. You know what I mean? To hear the cries of his people. You know what I mean? So until then, I'm going to be a realist. I'm going to say I'm going to say what I see, and so yeah. If you watched all this, hey, I appreciate it. If you want to give your 10% to me, because I'm telling you the truth, then we'll figure out a way, right? But I think I might be like the other feel-good preachers eventually, and preach to you and all that stuff, and make you feel good, so you'll keep coming and keep giving me 10% or 20%, or if you want to sit on the front row, you give 40%, So anyway, so see you later, guys, and till next time.